Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel Lifestyle Critic. I hope you're having a brilliant day. Wow, so we just got another awesome episode, this time combining the events of Iron Man and Black Panther together, and I just have to say I am absolutely loving What If. It's just such an incredible and underrated series that just gets better and better. I mean, the 6th episode totally delivered, and there was always so much more to the Killmonger character that we could have explored in the movie, and this episode did just that, and it did it so brilliantly whilst also being so poetic and tragic with the real life and in episode death of the late Chadwick Boseman. I mean, the lesson he was trying to teach his cousin at the end of the episode was so powerful and really does show that his character and legacy really will live on. So in this universe, before Tony Stark got abducted and learned his lesson of retribution and ultimately became the hero, Iron Man, he gets saved by Killmonger, which may well seem like a positive turn of events. However, like I said, this deviates him from doing a lot of heroic things and changing his ways for the better, and instead, he inadvertently is helping the villain, Killmonger. Now, Killmonger always was a great planner, but in this episode, it really does show that he is the ultimate planner, as he meticulously planned out all of his moves perfectly, from saving Tony Stark and winning over his trust, to ratting out Obadiah and taking his position, to killing Rhodey and T'Challa and passing the blame onto other characters, and then double-crossing Claw, and ultimately getting what he always wanted, which is the throne of Wakanda. I mean, this guy literally planned out everything to perfection and literally played everything like a game of chess. I love the conversation that he was having with T'Challa's spirit at the end of the episode, as Killmonger is still trying to justify all of his evil actions with what you could argue is good intentions, which is to help save the world with the resources of Wakanda. But as T'Challa was pointing out, his means to achieve this aren't well earned and involve a lot of bloodshed, unfortunately, to achieve them. On that point, the visuals in this episode were absolutely incredible, very high quality, and I thought it was really creative how they didn't show anyone's dead body, but you could see elements of their death scenes, so it did what it needed to do in order to progress the storyline, but with the protection of it ultimately being a Disney Plus property, which I thought was quite clever. They also end this episode in a way that was just screaming out for a sequel / part 2, and even though this episode can definitely stand on its own, it would be pretty awesome to see what is going to happen next. So Michael B. Jordan totally owned it in this episode. It was so brilliant seeing him play the manipulative and calculating character of Killmonger, who quite literally, like I said, planned out every single beat of this story exactly to perfection in terms of his overall master plan. He was a good warrior, a good planner, and a good influencer, and it really did put a chill down your spine and really did put your jaw on the floor with how easily he was able to execute everything. And it really does go to show what a formidable character he is as well, especially when he has all of this unstoppable vibranium as well, and a great character piece in terms of showing how driven a villain can be. It was also unbelievable how he was so easily able to play all of the different characters off against one another as well, and he ultimately always got what he always wanted, which is the power and the throne of Wakanda, but it does beg the question, at what cost? Next we have Mick Wingert, who was returning as Tony Stark, and wow, another brilliant performance embodying Robert Downey Jr.'s version of Tony Stark. I mean, he got his arrogance, his humour and his heart down to a T. I loved all of the scenes in the crowd. I mean, this definitely was Tony from Iron Man 1 in particular, as he absolutely loved all of those kind of moments. And the scene in which he worked out that Killmonger is the person that killed Rhodey and has been evil all along, I just thought was so brilliant. And it also did show what a true threat Killmonger really is as well. Beth Hoyt is here as Pepper Potts, who was really great too. Shame that Gwyneth Paltrow couldn't return, but they did do a really great job in terms of showing the Pepper character still being the voice of reason that just gets overlooked all the time. Similarly, it was a shame that Letitia Wright couldn't return as the Shuri character, but Ozioma Akagha was really great as a stand-in for the Shuri character, and actually I really loved when they were making the unlikely duo of Pepper and Shuri at the end of the episode there. I also love that Don Cheadle came back for the Rhodey character. You could see that he was trying to be the voice of reasoning as well to the Killmonger character at the end, and it was just such a brilliantly powerful voice performance by the late Chadwick Boseman again, and it really did put a chill down your spine. I loved all of the acrobatics of the Black Panther character and the consistent advice and being the voice of reasoning as well towards the Killmonger character. I thought all of those scenes were absolutely awesome. It was really cool to also see the returning actors of Jon Favreau and Paul Bettany back as Happy Hogan and Jarvis, but they didn't do too much in this episode, although I guess they did have their moment to shine in last week's episode. It was also awesome seeing Angela Bassett and Danai Gurira back as well, and they really did bring all of the Wakanda aspects to life, and you really did feel all of the chills from the first Black Panther movie happening here as well. And I also absolutely love the fact that Andy Serkis reprised his role of Claw, and it was just crazy how he met pretty much the exact same fate that he does in the movie, and Andy Serkis just really did bring all of that twisted psychotic side of this character out so well. So I absolutely love this episode. Like I said, it really does leave you wanting more, but it was really great to revisit this iconic character and actually seeing what would happen if he is able to win this time around with a few different strategic moves that he is making. And I just thought it was really cool, just really delving deep into the Killmonger character and just all of the craziness that happens when he is able to manipulate events from the first Iron Man movie. I just thought this What If episode ultimately was really clever. So those are all of my thoughts on the 6th episode of What If. Now I'd love to hear from you, so please let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye everyone.